So one question in Chole one nine okay. The legal luminary. Emeka Ugwuonye. First, if the brain is superior to noise. With brain, you can build a movement out of nothing. And with brains, you can dismantle an empire. I will always choose brain over noise and muzzle. We are still coming to this. Now, Emeka Ugwuonye, because he has already made claim that now we may will power equal the May movement, but not sure he may because no they benefit from it. So I saw this. I think it was posted by him on 7th of January 2025. I stand to be corrected anyway, but I'm reading what he came from here. Also, stop looking for their members. May Nation is a movement. It answers the first point to raise about that with brain, you can build a movement out of nothing. So in this this piece addressed every single thing Odelu. Now this if I go, then I will ask him a question now. So stop looking for their members. May Nation is a movement. I have received messages urging me to warn the members of May Nation, but I must clarify, I do not know who they are. Despite this, same individuals refuse to believe me. The truth is, May Nation is not an organization, nor is it a club. It is a movement. Answered. The people in the May Nation movement are driven by a profound commitment for justice and truth. They were not called together by anyone, but inspired by a divine calling from God himself. There is no president, no official address, and no bank account for May Nation because it is a movement divinely inspired by the God of justice. Anyone asking me to warn May Nation members is wasting their time unless you can provide me with an address or the name of a president. There is nothing I can do. If you truly understood what May Nation is all about, you wouldn't be asking me to intervene. These aren't May members. They are God's children, united by their quest for justice. I can't control them, nor would I want to. I'm perplexed as to united by their quest for justice. I can't control them, nor would I. Okay, yes. If you or perplexed, I can't control them. I'm perplexed as to why you would want to control people inspired by divine purpose. If you ask me what propels the May Nation movement, I will say it is the force of justice. But if I were to ask you about the motivation behind the supporters of Odiegwu and Antigwegwegwe, what would you say? It seems to center around adultery, polygamy, and the abuse of women. What drives Gwegwegwe supporters? It appears they endorse forced polygamy and embrace infidelity, supporting married men, seducing others, and causing unwanted pregnancies. There is nothing honorable about supporting Odiegwu and the Gwegwegwe. Such individuals lack shame. Only a shameless person will stand up for adultery and forced polygamy. Now, since the question in Chole is, since you claim that we will possess the power to stop them, why did you fail to stop them? Why did you fail to stop them? And since you claim that brain is superior to noise, that with brain you can build a movement out of nothing, was it not you here who confirmed that May Nation is a movement? Yeah? Oblongo confirmed that not a movement. And with brains you can dismantle an empire. Upload the same you on a podcast. Never that these people are everywhere trying to make onye nke in America actually crumbling every business is trying to grow the career of Antigbegbe. Oblongu Wonye no make those assertions. So what exactly are you what point exactly are you trying to create here? You gotta go. So you want me to control what you have failed to control. And just like you ask for evidence here for any address of anybody, you claim that no one account to trace Gido. We will want you to make known every findings in Wetalo na that account with proof so that we can be able to be sure that no we may when I operate that account or when I operate that account now know with her always. Stop making assertions, my dear. The fact is that May Nation is a movement, and the movement is born from nothing. You have said it. I listened to the podcast clearly. You talked about how this and Odiegu had the superior because of Naham with fans and this, but we may will anyone. And over the time, May Nation came together and projected we may on Oluze far ahead these two people. You got to go. So what it means is that movement was formed from a place and built up from a place of nothingness. You got to go. So one day, it will always be your word against your word. And all wonder self, when we hack at this matter, anything relating to it, it will be you battering against your own word, because you will tell the court under influence of what? When you were making all these assertions, writing this beautiful piece, then, just like you are rewriting them now. So it's more like you rewriting the history that you made. It's more like you fighting against a movement you claim that needs a way form. It's more like you fighting against everything is a way instituted. So reason EGMA, I said I am going to tell people the reason today, because I got the reason EGWene Mefa from that podcast in Grant. You got to go. So, as you go, you got to go. So it will always be your word. Every question in a raise now, you have always answered it. So, Jane water answer he has already answered them even before he started asking those questions. So he knew the answer. He's intelligent enough to know the answer, but he's only trying to twist narrative now, which is not going to be possible. This is Ezugo.